Alright, we're back. No need for nonsense. Let's jump right into it. So, just loading up the game. It's early morning. Let us see what's available for us to do. So there's a mission here. There's a couple over there. Actually, what I should do, what I ought to do, is pay my bounty. I'm in a lot of hot water for a bank heist I just pulled. And then, I think in the last episode I got a new gun. And I kind of want to look and see what we can do with it. Anyway, this is the episode that almost didn't happen because they did some sort of a stealth update today. And I tried to boot the game twice. And it bugged out both times. Well, you get the rest of it. I'm only willing to do so much, right? Because there's a whole bunch of games that I can play that aren't AAA games, that don't bug out constantly, right? So some people need to step their game up, and I don't care. I don't step it up. Don't give a fuck. I like the game, and I want to finish my live stream of it, but I'm not willing to sit for 5 minutes and troubleshoot your game that you should have troubleshot before you put an update out. Right? Why am I doing this? Okay, these people, they're making me mad. What are you doing over here? Why are you shooting? I'm tired of you shooting.
Hey there, partner. You interested in a little friendly competition?
Sure, let's have at it.
You a shooting man? I've been looking for a challenge and I ain't found one yet. What'd you say?
Oh, why don't we find out?
Good. Whoever shoots the most bottles wins, okay? All right. All right, stand alongside me. Soon as you pull your weapon and aim, we let fly. Oh, yes! That's right! Ah, yeah!
Yeah?
Where was the other bottle?
Guess that explains it. I'm brand new.
It's hard lines, partner. Here's an idea. What do you say we raise the stakes?
You're on.
Whatever. I'm
Well,
just
that's what I
tired of you
like to
shooting
hear.
around me.
How about this? You shoot 4 birds out of the sky before me, we'll call it a day. All right, rules are simple. We're doing first to 4. You can count to 4, I hope. Stand close. As soon as you see him, start shooting. For it out. You got a damn good shot, mister. Here you go. As promised.
Thanks, friend.
Careful now.
And stop
Next
shooting
time I may
around my
not hold
horse, or
back.
I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Had it with these people always angering my horse. Right, I guess the issue is that if it takes me multiple tries and troubleshooting to load your AAA game that you pay big bucks for, to load up after you update it, and you stealth update it, like, okay, well, I've gotten my enjoyment out of the game, and maybe I won't be so, you know, super excited about playing your game on a stream. And granted, my stream doesn't make any difference, but well, whatever. You know, I'm not willing to fight. Like, if the game doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'm just not going to mess with it. I'll uninstall. There's a ton of other things that I want to play, but I kind of wanted to get through a playthrough of this first. But if they don't make it possible, well, you know, what am I to do here? I didn't tell you to fuck up the sound on your game and do it very quietly so that we didn't know. And yeah, I know you did do it because the build version changed.
Hello. Been a while since you were around this way.
Well, let's see what the damages are.
Oh my. You.
Oh my god.
Person.
That's right, I totally am. I did it. I confess, I robbed a train. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Brian? Just loading up. They did some stealth update to the game that made it take me a lot longer to start playing here. I'm on episode 20, and I don't know what we're going to do here. There's a stranger mission. Maybe I'll go over there and figure out what that is. That's what I want to do, because I'm not allowed to shoot my gun in town, and that money mission is going to be me causing trouble, and I'm not supposed to do that. At least that's my interpretation of the law. People are about to get killed. I'm on a rampage today. I'm just not having it. After it took me like a half an hour to boot the goddamn game up. Any NPC that screws around is going to find out. Yeah, I know. I've been working my ass off.
There you are, girl. You okay there, mister?
You need me to move?
Don't get your meaning.
I'm very sorry, sir. You have yourself a fine day, and I apologize for any offense I may have inadvertently caused.
What are you drinking, mister?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all.
Why are you acting so strange?
I don't mean to. I'm sorry for any offense.
How could you have offended me?
I have no idea. But I had no idea how I offended the last fellas. And they stole my wagon on account of my impudence.
Stole your wagon for back check?
They didn't like my medical practice, I suppose. I was helping folk.
And that wasn't popular?
I was undercutting the competition. Or I was too colored. Or I was irritating in nature. Or I was some know-it-all, big city slicker here to demean some good old boys of my
I like his
fine
orange
words.
tie and his purple
These got
vest.
variety in my sins
to
was
be
the source
quite
of some
honest.
conjecture, so they undercut me.
That ain't very nice.
That was my impression.
Yeah,
Still,
the
compared to
issue
gutting,
being that
castration,
I
defenestration, and
work
crucifixion they
at
offered
crazy
me,
times,
I felt I got off lightly.
and
Imagine
when I
you
can
too
take
much.
advantage of it,
Yes,
I take advantage
but
of it.
No great
And
love
this
for
is
my
one of
medical
those times.
practice. Too
I
free
don't
with
have
my
a
wisdom and
long time to
service.
do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Which way they go?
Oh, I
Down the
need
road,
a
that
shave.
away.
Stay
I'm looking
here.
like ass.
I'm sort of forced to.
We're gonna have a
Please
spa
don't
day
go to
for
any
Arthur.
trouble on my account.
This is Barbie Wild West, by the way.
Are you looking for that fellow's wagon? I heard him say they was taking it to McComb's Inn.
Okay, thanks.
Now, see, I would just not usually involve myself in this. This is literally me picking a fight that I didn't need to pick. Although, he is a doctor, and I mean, he is helping people, and there is a greater good involved with helping somebody like that. I'm getting out my Why are they not letting me pick my guns for this mission? This is bullshit. I'm tired of these missions where they don't let you pick your gun. Give me some agency here. Everybody knows I like a gauge and a repeater. And they probably screwed with my... No, they didn't screw with my pistols this time, which is amazing. Look at how fast that horse runs. So, my bro says he works 24-hour shifts, so I get it. The night before last, I had like 3 hours of sleep. Well, those are shit hours, man. And I've done it. I've done it since 2001. I've done that kind of bullshit. And I'm getting tired of it. And at the camp out on February 21st, I may have an announcement related to that. But I can't talk about that now. Oh shit, it's the swamp. Nothing good happens here. That's why it's the swamp. Well, on a positive note, I get mini raviolis tonight. If you want to hear what that is, so I have kids, and everybody has kids that are picky eaters, right? And mine are better than most, so I'm going to give them a whole bunch of credit that they eat almost everything. But when they've been really good and I want to make them really happy and I just want to have a chill night with no food drama and I want everything to go smoothly and reward them for how awesome they've been despite me not being home for a while, here's what I do, right? They absolutely love Chef Boyardee ravioli. So what I do is I get 2 of the gigantic cans of Chef Boyardee mini raviolis, and then I have a baking dish, and I dump 1 can in, and then I sprinkle over Parmesan and mozzarella, and then I dump the second can in and sprinkle over Parmesan and mozzarella and bake it. And they love it. If I don't do 2 cans, if I do 1 big can plus a small can, there's a fight. There has to be enough that they can't possibly eat it all with that meal. And they like it. And then I always serve it with some garlic bread. So in Michigan, there's this thing. And I've discovered it in the last 6 months, right? So I've always made my own garlic bread, either from a French loaf or from my most popular garlic bread that I make is Texas toast, and you spread butter on, you melt butter and then you spread it around on each side with a basting brush, right? And then you lay them out and you sprinkle garlic salt, and then you turn them over and you sprinkle some more garlic salt and you bake it, right? That's my version of garlic bread that literally makes everybody happy. But in Michigan, there's this other kind of garlic bread that I only discovered after 4.5 years of living here. And you go to the grocery store and you go into the frozen food section, and you go underneath the garlic bread sign, and there'll be something called Coles, C-O-L-E', garlic bread. That shit is bomb ass. It's like, it's so nasty and so dirty and so filthy, but it's so goddamn good. And if you combine that with an already trashy dinner, It's amazing. And yes, I have done scratch ravioli. I have a pasta bike. I've gone through all of this, right? But the thing that the kids like is they like the Chef Boyardee mini raviolis. And at some point, you're going to battle and battle and battle, and you're going to expose them to what the real stuff tastes like, and you're going to do it, and you've done your job at that point. They know what the real stuff is. They want the Chef Boyardee. Okay, I'm going to stop talking, and I want to play my game now. Anyway, my recommendation for easy dinner for kids is Chef Boyardee mini raviolis, not the regular sized, and then Parmesan mozzarella cheese bake with Cole's garlic bread. All right, I'm done.
Doctor friend of mine lost his way.
All right, screw these guys. Everybody's dying. Everybody dies. I'm killing everybody, I'm looting everybody, and I don't give a shit. Bring it. Where are you at? Come on, come out. Come on, bring it then. Let's have it. Get out here. Come on. More. I'm not done.
I'll go.
I wanted more of you. I've had it. I've had the kind of day where I'm just not having it from these assholes. And this is why video games are so good, right? I came home and I did some bad shit in a video game. And I didn't do bad stuff in real life. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on my comments real quick. I grew up on New York's best, Texas toast being served with all soups, roasts, and pastas. Well, that's not a bad way to do it. And I always had Texas toast as garlic bread. Honestly, growing up in Iowa, the only time I had Texas toast like that was at when I was part of the Catholic school system. They always served that good stuff. And I think probably a lot of that came from other places. What in the hell? Dr. Raynaud's Medicine Company. So, Raynaud's disease is a problem with the miniature, teeny tiny little blood vessels in your fingers. And what happens is especially it's worse if you smoke. When you go into the cold, the ends of your fingertips turn white and can cause major problems, but it's mostly they turn white and cause a lot of pain. So anybody who has actual Raynaud's disease like that has to go now, if that's not enough to kill them, I don't know what's going to be. I mean, I shot the guy twice in the chest. I shot that guy 3 times. Get.
Just leave it alone, won't you? What the hell do you want with this thing? That all of you? Shit.
But anyway, Raynaud's disease is a vascular disease problem that people have in their fingertips. And I'm sure it's described in toes, but the version of it I know involves the fingertips. and it involves cold weather making your fingers turn white and painful. And they wear a lot of mittens or they move to a warm climate. It's made worse by smoking. It's very closely to something called Berger's disease. They all have similar symptoms, and they may be the same thing, or they may be on the spectrum of one disease process. So scarlet fever, and there's a kind of Japanese named vasculitis, Takihachu's. Anyway, I'm forgetting, but anyway, scarlet fever and the other type of vasculitis, which is Japanese named, are now considered to be on a spectrum, because they're all pretty similar, and it's probably that the same disease process causes everything, but depending on the severity of the disease, you get different symptoms, and different people called them different things throughout the world. And now that we're kind of consolidating our knowledge base, we're able to say, well, this disease is pretty much the same as this.
You know this fella, don't you?
It has some different symptoms, but it's on a continuum.
Look
Right.
who it is. I did not count on
What is
seeing
it?
that
It's
wagon again. Nor you, for that matter.
Only
Takiyatsus
people you
are-
won't be seeing are
Anyway,
folks
some
took-
Japanese name,
I take it they aren't the only ignorant
vasculitis.
bully and clodhoppers in these
the other
parts.
one is scarlet
But I can live
fever,
in glorious
which is
hope.
you get strep throat, and then
It wasn't a trouble
it
now, was
infects
it?
your valves and causes
it
different
was a
things.
pleasure.
Anyway, one
Yeah.
of my kids
Let me
had
give you
this,
something for your pleasure.
and I should know more about it than I do. But really,
How about this?
when it
Provide
comes
a
to
man
my
a tincture,
kids,
he'll be
I
well
just
for a day.
send them to
Teach
another
him to make
doctor
one,
because
he
I
might do
can't
well
be
a while
objective.
I'll make
Comes
sure
to
to try and make this.
Close
Thank you.
friends,
Thank you.
family members,
Won't work for
etc.
anything chronic.
I don't
But you
treat
may not
them
need it
because I can't.
Well, if you see me on my
I can't do
travels
the
and you're in
leap
need of
that
something,
you need to do.
make sure you
And so the leap that needs to happen when you're a doctor, and especially when you're a surgeon. So here's me. I walk into a room and I see somebody with an absolutely horrible problem that needs to be fixed. Okay? I look at it and I run through a decision tree of different ways to fix the problem. And if I do it and I don't know the person, then I will pick the best outcome without being emotionally attached to it. If I do that same thing for one of my kids or a close family member, that decision process is ultimately and inevitably tainted. And if you want to be a surgeon or a real doctor taking care of real shit, and I'm not talking about pimples, I'm talking about you need something really major. If you want somebody to pick the best option based on experience, and now I'm 12 years in my profession, and based on current medical knowledge, of course, I have every credential that any plastic surgeon would ever want. You need to pick somebody that isn't emotionally attached to you. You may come to the same conclusion, or it may take you longer to get there, or you may hem and haw. You don't want to be related to somebody that's treating you if you have something really, really, really wrong with you. And I would say even close friends count. Anyway, back to my game.
come and say hello.
Travel safe now.
So I'm not sure what just happened there, except I just murdered a whole bunch of people. Where to go here? I don't want to do either H or J missions because they're at the end of things. Let's see what we can get into here. Okay, I don't know why the index is out, but I'm going to close it. We'll see what Trelawney wants. And I'm not super fond of the guy. I'm the least fond of Micah in this game. I'm going to get a deer. Actually, I'm taking it easy today. I'm going to go hunting a little bit. I'm going to get some livestock to bring to the table. I want some pig. We're going to go get a pig. Shut up. You're going to get smacked, dude.
Well, fine then.
I'm not in the mood today. Oh man, your horse got punked. Let's see, where can we go for hunting? I am going to go right here, and then I'm going to step down and I'm going to go look for a pig, and then I want a deer. 2 different kinds of meat. I can get a whole bunch of it. Yeah, Texas toast, in my opinion. I think I made that for you guys, didn't I? When I made that spaghetti dinner. That spaghetti dinner I made for you guys is what the Catholic school did as a fundraiser, and if I know me, I probably made Texas toast garlic bread to go with it. If I didn't, well, there were just too many people and not enough time, and I was probably I'd probably had a couple beers at that point, and I got lazy. Again, sometimes you're not always happy with your choices in retrospect. And I remember that particular night I made a choice to consume some adult beverages, and that's not a choice that I usually make, but who knows, I was feeling festive, right? So I may have forgotten to make the Texas toast for my fam here. Alright, this is good enough. I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna go look for a deer here. Not a deer, a wild boar. Where are we at? So we're doing some old school hunting where I don't just ride around on the back of a horse and just shoot random shit. I want to get a couple good carcasses so I can get a deer and a wild boar and not be limited by... Oh, that's a good one right there. Pow! Night night. Anyway, don't know what else I can say on the subject except I really love homemade Texas toast. Now, if you're in Michigan and you don't have time to do all of that and you still want a little garlic bread, go to your grocery store and go to the frozen food section and look for garlic bread, and there's like this thing called Kohl's, which I think is made in Detroit, and it's absolutely awesome. Top quality, nasty ass home style food right there. Let's hope my horse doesn't get killed by this train here. Come on, hurry up. You almost got killed, you dumb nag. And don't worry, I'll clean you up. Just stomp. My horse is already bitching at me. She knows I'm about to put this deer on her back. She's gonna bitch about it. She's gonna be dirty, and look at that princess. Look at her. Look at that princess. She wants to be treated like a princess. Alright, I'm gonna hop up and then hop back off so that my horse doesn't follow me. And now let's see what we can find to the north and west of me. Up in there, I want to go find some pigs. Well, there's another deer. I don't want a deer, I want a pig. Yeah, so my like I said, my recipe for Texas toast garlic bread is really simple. You melt a little butter in the microwave in a bowl. You brush that on the Texas toast. You put the Texas toast on the cookie sheet to fill it up. And you sprinkle a little garlic salt over the top. And you bake it at 450 until it looks ready. Okay, what are you guys doing with this illegal still? As a deputy of the law, I feel compelled to at least ask you about it.
Hey, I'd keep moving if I was you. What did I tell you? You son of a bitch!
You shouldn't have crossed me!
Apparently I don't have any red eye left. That's fine. You're dying anyway. Where are you at? Don't run off from me. Time for you to go away, and I'm looting you. Anyway, you get into some moods sometimes when you're playing this game and you're just not having it from people. Don't be moonshining in my territory. Right? You just go ahead and cook by that fire. You guys shouldn't be up here anyway. I don't want to hear it from you. And we're going to go ahead and put something special on your steel for you so you don't come back, or your brother doesn't come back. Oatcakes. Alright, we're going to give you a little something to remember us by. You can find our horsey. Yeah, sorry you lost your horse, bro. Let's have you stay here. Let me take a stick of dynamite. Let's not have your bullshit still around here. Alright, now... You just calm down, donkey. It's time for me to go shoot a wild boar, which should be up here somewhere. Or some sort of another animal. I need some good meat. I don't want bullshit meat. Yeah, this game gets you to a level of frustration where you're just not going to have it at some point. Like those moonshiners that shot at me, it's like, okay, well, that's a choice you can make. Night night. 2 deer is probably enough. You just get tired in this game of being shit on, right? Everybody you ride past, even though you have high honor, like, treats you like garbage. And then random people that ride by you start shooting at you. Like, at some point you're just going to be like, yeah, no. Okay, so I have the maximum amount of... I've seen pigs north of us. You have the maximum amount of honor, and yet still people screw around with you. You know, it's like, calm your ass down, and I want my horse to stop following me. You're gonna get me so mad, and then I'm not gonna be mad anymore. Because the problem will have been solved. And thank God this happens in a video game. Instead of where it could actually hurt people. I want a pig. Where ist denn meine pig? Right there. So on the subject of that camping trip, I'm for sure in. Jim is for sure in. Gene is committed. There's a state trooper that's committed. And one other person, but you never know until you show up, because last year a whole bunch of people committed and it was me and Gene. And it wasn't where we'd originally decided. It was at Gene's cabin. And so it was kind of a wash. So when this thing actually comes together, it's very special. There's a video on my YouTube channel from a couple years ago about this particular trip. I don't know, it's probably has something to do with winter camp out, and I showed how. Before that video, I made another one where I show how to pack a winter pack. But there's what to expect is in a video somewhere around there, and it was actually really frickin' fun. Like I said, Dave McIntyre, one of my friends, and Jim's friend and Gene's friend showed up. And he was fun. He had a lot of things to contribute. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He's modern day Moors. Although, the thing I would say about Moors is that he knew everything there was to know about one environment. And he's as good as you could get at that environment. I can't shoot another one of these, or can I? Is he big enough to shoot? No, he's not. Alright, I'm at the end of... Oh, a coyote. I'll take it. That's another piece of meat. And a skin. So, there's no shame in bailing if it falls apart. It kind of fell apart last year. Me and Gene showed up and nobody else did because of various reasons. And there's no shame in bailing either. It's just sometimes life gets in the way. I mean, you're asking some pretty high-functioning people to step out of their lives and step into the wilderness at a time of the year when absolutely nobody would ever go out into the woods, right? So you're already asking people to be pretty hardcore, but if they have stuff going on in their lives, it's another thing. Well, I would agree, except it wouldn't be the same thing. So my point of mentioning that Moores was an absolute paragon of his particular environment, and it's one environment, is that he was really, really, really fucking good at it. So if you want to learn from somebody about the boreal forest, and the boreal forest stretches around the world, it's not just Canada. It's a band that stretches around the world, and it's pretty similar wherever you go, with some minor differences. The good thing about Moores is if you want to know somebody that knows that environment better than anybody else and knows how to deal with it in the hardest of conditions, he did it his whole life. When I trained with him, he was still living there. And still going out in the bush and doing stuff, and that's why I was so surprised when he died. He seemed so spry. Usually when people are slowing down, you can tell because mentally they kind of back off, and he was nowhere near that point, in my opinion.
Hunting, Mr. Morgan. Why'd you come here? I hear you. Sit down. I know, Driscoll. I swear I proved myself. Not the best quality, but some seasoning will hide it. All right, let me see.
How's things? Okay.
Alright, seem to be doing good. I'm gonna eat some, oh, it's getting to be evening. Leave me alone. I want to talk to you. And I don't want to talk to Mike. I hate him. With a capital H. So him in different environments, I'm sure he would have been okay. Like, I'm sure you could have dropped Moores into the jungle and he would have figured it out. Because here's the thing about Moores, is his entire thing was, if you want to know something about an environment, ask the people that live there. And this has always been my thing. Is like, if I'm trying to go somewhere and trying to make my way in a certain place, I'm going to go to the people that actually live there and learn from them. I'm not going to try to... Yeah, I mean, you can read some books as long as they're well done, but there's... Like the Amazon jungle, there's like Green Beret types that think they know and all of this, and, you know, they have firepower and all this shit and blah, 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 and they have a very different approach to it. But if you want to go there as a normal person without, you know, MREs and military backup, that's a very different thing. But Moores was always of the opinion, from my talks with him, that if you want to learn about how to live in a certain area, ask the people that live there. And I actually got a shitload of heat for repeating that and I won't say where because I'm not giving them any advertisement. But I got a shitload of heat for saying, look, why would I ask you about how to live in the Amazon jungle? Now, you've read a lot of books on the subject, but you've never lived there. Why would I ever ask you? Like, I can read the same books that you have, but, like, in terms of actually having done it, like, why would I ask you? And then I went there, and it turns out I was right. If you pay attention to what the locals are doing, you're going to be a lot better. Anyway, hey man, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great game, and I hope my game continues to work. I had some rough starts here. I am not optimistic. It took me a half an hour to get the game up and running. And I hope to continue my series. Anyway, hey man, hope to see you on the 21st of February. I've got it blocked off in my schedule, and we'll go there. Anyway, what I was saying about Moors was, if you want to learn how to live in the boreal forest, when he was alive, if you went to him, you would be one of the experts in the world if you spend some time with him in how to do it. And if you're smart and you pay attention and you actually go out and practice and figure out what you did wrong and then go back to him and ask about it. Or if you had a problem that you didn't know how to solve, and I did this, right? I had some problems that I didn't know how to work out, went back to him, asked him, and he sorted me out on some things. Anyway, so it's not me slighting him to say that he was the world expert in one environment, because that's who you would go to talk to. And there's a lot of other people that live up there, but he was such a good communicator. And he could put into your language, he could interpret what your problem was and put into your language what it was that would be a solution to your problem. Okay, so I've been all over the world, literally all over it, in every environment that you can think of. And if you talk to the locals, they don't know what they know. You know, so you have to coax out of them little tidbits of information and then try to pick it together. They only know that they live there and they're doing just fine, right? He knew that he lived there, but he had this extra sense beyond that to understand that him living there was special. And if you go to the Amazon jungle and you walk with me through the Amazon jungle, and God damn it, I'm going to do that again. Anyway, but the point is if you walk with me through the Amazon jungle and we ask the locals, how do you do this? How do you do this? They may not be able to teach you how to do it because they've always done it. So combining the knowledge with somebody that has the ability to teach makes it special. And that's why I thought he was special. He was not, I don't know. Anyway, someday I should do a video on it because, like, he really was the exception. He was not what you think he is. He was exceptional beyond writing a book and being the guy that everybody looks to. If you actually went and studied with him, there's a different level. Because he not only lived there and did it, he could teach it. Anyway, I gotta go. These are my thoughts. Thanks for watching, commenting, and I'm planning to do some more of this tomorrow. I'm just tired, and I'm in a bad mood, and that's why I killed that group of moonshiners. I mean, I don't have anything against them, but they did shoot near me, and they scared my horse, so fuck them. Maybe tomorrow I won't have that idea.